Hi, everybody. Welcome to another English class here on verbling.com. My name is Lisa, and I'm one of the English teachers here at Verbling. And in this hour, we're going to be doing some reading and also some talking. We're going to be talking about basically the idea of how we debate things. So I am going to introduce you guys to a website called Debateorg, and we're going to read some pros and cons about a specific topic. We're going to first start off with the Apple versus Samsung topic, but we may also look at some other controversial topics or issues that people are debating on that website. This is a good class if you're interested in learning how to express your opinions and give some information that backs up what your ideas are or what your statements are. And so if you want to join, you can join by clicking on the Join Class Now. Of course, if you have a reservation, you can use the reservation in the first 2 minutes, and after that the Join Class button becomes available up here at the top, and then you will be able to join. When you click on the Join Class button, what happens is a new window will open for you, and then you'll show up here in the bottom where Anatoly just showed up, and then you'll be able to participate in the class. If you're new to Verbling and you're just checking out this site and trying to understand what's happening here, what is going on is that people are learning languages. We're using English. We also have Spanish classes. So every hour we have classes in English and in Spanish, and you can join the classes and do the lesson with the teacher and participate with the other students. And you can do this whenever you would like. So it's very flexible. We have classes every hour, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you can participate in them at your convenience. So if you can make it to the beginning of a class, that's really great, and then you could take advantage of the whole class. But you can also just come whenever you're available and see what's happening, and if there's space in a class, then you can join and participate. And you can also type in the Verbling chat there, say hi, participate that way as well. So hi Anatoly, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. I saw you posted another picture up on your Facebook page. Some nice
Ah,
pictures.
yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
that's great. All right. So in this hour, I was thinking, I don't know if you saw the description of the class, but let's go to the page and we can get started. I don't know if anybody else is going to show up. You never know here on Verbling who's going to actually come to class, but it really doesn't matter because the teachers are always here teaching, and even if it's just one person, then that's a special thing because then you get a private class. And maybe some other people will join us anyways. But I was curious, have you ever seen this website before, this debate.org?
No, no,
No?
I haven't seen this site.
Yeah. Okay, so it's an interesting website because I wonder, I imagine you probably have one in Russian too. I don't know what the internet is like in Russia, but this is a website where lots of people put up different just issues, I guess. And you can see over here on the left, there's lots of different topics. And then there's some popular ones, and you can also go like to the newest ones and that type of thing. But it's just a place where people go and they join the debate and they post, I think yes because of this, or I think no because of that, or something like that. So lots of different types of debates. Some may be more serious than others. Like this one says, is Olive Garden's food bad? So the Olive Garden is a chain restaurant for Italian food, for example. So there's all different kinds of things, and so it's kind of interesting. I think it's an interesting way to practice your English, especially because these are just everyday people coming up with their own ideas and things to discuss and to debate, and it's a good way to practice doing that and learning how other people, maybe native speakers, but not necessarily native speakers, are doing that. So, for example, in one of my classes the other day, I'm not sure if you were there. Were you in the class when we talked about Hong Kong?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, you were.
we had a small arguing. debate about
Uh-huh. Yeah.
what is the reason.
Right.
I remember. Hmm.
Yeah. So I guess they put that up here on this website. So some people are concerned that it's going to damage the economy, and other people say no, it's not going to. So some of these debates have more action, we could say, than others. And I was thinking uh, we could do this. Oh, where'd it go? The one about Apple and Samsung. Uh, but if it's just you, we can also talk about something else if you would prefer a different one.
Hmm.
This was the, just because this is kind of a thing that's happening, the iPhone 6 just came out. Some people think, they're very, uh, what should we say? They're very loyal. We could say loyal to Apple, so they like Apple no matter what. And then other people don't like Apple at all, and they don't care about anything Apple, and they prefer other brands. And one of the main brands is Samsung. So I don't know if that's happening in Russia. What's happening around cell phones and smartphones in Russia? Are there two brands in Russia that are really popular that go against each other, or
I
what?
think yes, I use now iPhone,
Oh, you
and
do? Okay. Uh-huh.
yes, and now I use iMac. I uh, I connecting from my iMac to this class,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh, yeah, cool.
but I can't say that I'm a fan of Apple's production.
Hmm.
I compared it with uh, previous. I was owner of a very powerful computer with Windows system,
Mm-hmm.
but it produced no noise, and
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like it, and I decided to change system.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I lost my confidence in using Second Life
Mm-hmm.
for studying English also, because I practiced English speaking skills in English there in Second Life, because it needs a more powerful computer than iMac. Now I seldom visit Second Life, but I often use Google Plus Hangout. It
Mm-hmm.
is enough power of iMac enough for Google Plus Hangout, and it is convenient. I discovered very useful features, very simple and useful, like integration through cloud uh, from every devices, from photos
Mm-hmm.
and iPhone and iMac computer.
Mm-hmm.
It's convenient. Also, they have very good quality of picture, more better than on the traditional PC computer.
Mm-hmm.
And now I think Mac for me more convenient than PC. But on my job, I use PC. Everyone in my job use PC, and when I need to connect with my job through remote control,
Mm.
remote connection.
Right.
Uh, it is not convenient to work. It is convenient enough just to look what is going there. I
Mm.
mean, in my job in program for accounting,
Yeah.
but it is not convenient to work
Yeah.
using this system.
So, for example, when you connect remotely, you can't really do work there. You have to just look and kind of look at it and see.
Yes,
what's
and
on.
it needs much more time for working. I can, but I need click on more keys on keyboard. I
Uh-huh.
mean, more letter, more key. I don't arrows in keyboard. It is not convenient,
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
because this system offer only for Windows and working from a Mac computer with Windows program not convenient.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So are Apple products very popular in Russia these days?
I think yes, and maybe more popular. For example, my daughter who practiced in half year, she studied. She had a practice in Germany,
Mm-hmm.
and she said that foreigners were surprised looking to Russian students
Mm.
who are almost all are using Apple production iPhones
Mm-hmm.
in that case. And
Mm.
maybe this conclusion give me mm, think about that Apple production might be more popular in Russia in average
Mm-hmm.
than in other countries. But it is not checked fact. It is not proved fact. It is just uh, my opinion or maybe my daughter's opinion.
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah. And I wonder, here in the United States, of course, the Apple products are more expensive than PCs, and I also understand that like places like Brazil, they're a lot more even. In Russia, is the difference very great between the prices of Windows PCs versus Apple products?
Yes, I think it is a similar. It is a
Uh-huh.
similar.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what do you think is the most widely used smartphone in Russia at this time?
Uh, Maybe I don't know. I think iPhones. Looking to my colleagues on my job,
Okay, yeah.
I am trying to remember. I think most of them are using Apple production
Hmm.
iPhones.
Hmm.
Maybe a part, maybe uh, one third of my colleagues use other system. Maybe the reason could be because they share other people the impression about Apple's
Yeah.
products. Maybe there is, but for example, I'm also think about my cousin, mother-in-law, um, and he prefer Android system, and his wife also prefers Android system. I don't know which system. Maybe it is we call it Samsung,
Yeah.
and you call it a difference. Samsung
Samsung,
or
yeah. That's what
Samsung. Yeah.
that's what they have. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that much about the Samsung. Actually, the Galaxy is the one I hear about the most. Samsung Galaxy, as the some people are switching from Apple's to Samsung just because they get tired of updates that, I don't know exactly why, but have you been satisfied with your iPhone, or do you think it could be better?
No, no. I think it is a very good product. iPhone and iPad also. I forgot. I use also
Mm,
iPad and I use iPad for reading
mm,
newspapers, magazines in digital format, and
uh-huh.
it is very convenient. And I prefer it before reading traditional books
Oh.
on paper.
Mm-hmm.
But after I discovered that it is also convenient in iPad, for
Yeah.
example, we don't need a light. We can read in darkness.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
I was doing that this morning with my iPad. Yeah. So to get eBooks, for example, onto your iPad, how do you do that in Russia? Is because we do that a lot with Amazon. So I have like the Kindle Reader for my iPad, and then I go to Amazon and I buy a Kindle version of a book, and it gets delivered to my iPad. So do you have a? I don't think you have Amazon, do you? Or
No, no,
no.
I don't have. I think it is maybe most people use not how not breaking rules. I think
Mm,
using trackers, torrents
mhm,
system, etc. But for me, now I mostly read read, yes, read
mhm,
newspapers and something from internet, very short reading, and
mhm,
I don't need to break any rules, and it is enough.
mm,
And also, for example, when I went on my vacation, I downloaded a roman of Dostoevsky.
mm,
It is free because all rights expired because we don't have, and in your country also, as I know, time limit for reserved rights.
mhm,
Uh,
mhm.
it's free to read, for example, O. Henry, Jack London, and Mark Twain, etc.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. Yeah. So what do you think that's becoming more popular in Russia now versus going to bookstores? Because here in the United States, one of our largest book chains, which was called Borders, they went out of business a couple of years ago, and we have another pretty large chain called Barnes and Noble, and they have been closing some of their stores, even though they have, they still have a lot of stores. And then we also have some what we call local independent bookstores. But a lot of people are very afraid that someday Amazon is, for example, is going to rule the world or something with media books, and small bookstores won't even exist anymore. I'm wondering if the same thing is happening in Russia, or do people like to go to bookstores still?
I think as a trend, I can answer yes, as a
Mm.
trend.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe it is not so strong moving as
Mm-hmm.
you described for Russian people. Because maybe, for example, for residents of Moscow, uh, it is maybe similar trend, and more and more people now we can uh, see in the metro, for example, and in transport, reading iPads,
Mm-hmm.
etc., in digital format. But maybe for countryside, for small cities, it is not typical for now, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It could be named as a trend, but not as a real and maybe for tomorrow, maybe it could be big changes maybe in after 10 years, I think,
Mm-hmm.
maybe not in near future.
Yeah. Yeah. And what about newspapers? You know, like in the past, it used to be so popular to sell newspapers on the, especially in big cities, you know, like I imagine in Moscow, but here in San Francisco, New York, something, you know, working people getting up and grabbing the paper and going to work. But now with smartphones and iPads and things, it also seems like a lot of the printed newspapers are going away. Has that happened in Russia too?
Yes, I think yes. For me, it happened already because before I started to use iPad,
Yeah.
I took in metro free newspaper, for example,
Mm-hmm.
because they main business maybe advertisement,
Ah,
and I they offer newspapers for free.
yeah.
But last maybe 3 years I don't take it because I don't need how it say um, color on the paper
Uh-huh.
could spot my skin. I need to wash my hands
Oh, right, the
after.
ink. The ink gets on your hands,
Ink,
yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
As an
that's true.
example, and it is not convenient
Right.
to uh, put it in on the knees and
Uh-huh.
change pages.
Right. We could,
The
we could say that it gets messy. You know, it's kind of messy with the ink and yeah, especially if it gets wet or something. That's
yeah,
that's true. I don't even remember the last time I've been holding on to a paper like that for a while. You know, it's
yes,
it's getting more and more rare. We do have a local newspaper that comes out once per week here in my small town, and people read that still. But certainly for you know, national and international news, I imagine people are mostly looking to online websites to get their news. Yeah, for sure.
yes.
Yeah.
And also I participated in the class, not so much in Verblin, using iPhone.
Oh,
It is also possible. I can share with you
yeah.
last case, this one. And I participated in the class during my bicycle trip
Oh my
in
gosh, wow.
and I after I came back home, I made a video
Uh-huh.
um, for keeping this memory.
That's awesome. Yeah, you know, it is amazing because I think even I remember one student from Spain, he was like on a camping trip or something and he was out in his tent, you know, on his camping trip and he was participating in some classes. I think he was on some kind of a smartphone. Yeah, 'cause he, you know, that's a way to get the internet out uh outside like that.
It is similar to Google Glass, but
Hmm.
we are talking about Google Glass as
Yeah.
a virtual reality
Yeah.
when for the future. But
Uh-huh.
now it is possible using usual devices
Yeah.
like iPhone in that case. And
Yeah.
I also participated in Verblin. We have district community,
Uh-huh.
not only in Verblin community. There, everyone could create new hangout, and other people just participate in there. And I also mm, turn on my iPhone when I joined to that meeting, and
Oh.
during walking in the park, I
Uh-huh.
spoke with people, and
Wow.
they were wondering what other people think about life in Moscow, life in Brazil,
Yeah.
etc. But I didn't mm, make interview with people because I shied to do it.
Mm.
But it is also possible. Can you imagine somebody, for example, me, walking in the park and talking with people, and I ask them to welcome, for example, you or people from other country, and this person could ask that people, casual people, about their opinion, etc. It's we can watch it only TV for professional people who work for TV, a very expensive deal, and now it is a usual deal for people who just owner of device.
Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing. So, do you think that the Google Glass is going to be something of the future, or do you think it's people are going to forget about it?
I don't know. Maybe I thought about using glasses for watching TV video before I heard about this device, this project. And I thought that it could be useful because we don't need have to buy TV. We need just put on the head, on the eyes, glasses, and it's all. Maybe it could be big future, but I'm not sure because um, it is difficult to imagine that everybody could wear it. I don't think it could be very widely spread thing around the world. Not sure.
Yeah. It seems kind of crazy. I don't know that
Yes.
I don't think I would want to you be wearing that all the time. I know a lot of people wear Bluetooth. Do you ever use like a Bluetooth headset in your ear or anything?
Yes. I bought headset
Uh-huh.
with connect with iPad, iPhone through Bluetooth.
Oh,
And
uh-huh.
it is convenient, and I thought about bringing it, for example, to my bicycle trip.
Mm.
But when I think that thought that how dangerous it could be,
Mm.
because people or a car behind me could I couldn't hear noise, and
Yeah.
mm,
Right.
uh,
Yeah, definitely.
it is difficult. Also, I tried when I bought it. I tried the first day,
Uh,
uh, put it with myself for using during riding in transport in metro to my job.
mm.
But I found it is not convenient because I have other option. Just read newspapers from or Facebook or
Yeah.
Google Plus news from my iPad. In that case, I don't need to use this device, and it is not. It appeared not so convenient as I thought before, and now I use it very seldom.
Mm.
Almost don't use, uh, but it is possible. It is possible, and I am free. I can put, for example, I can stay not near computer, but I can move to the kitchen using this device. I can continue talking with you, conversation with
Yeah.
you, and I connecting through Bluetooth device, but I didn't find that it is suitable.
Yeah. Yeah, I sometimes see people riding their bikes with headphones in or something like that, and I always think that that's pretty dangerous
Yes.
because because when you're riding your bike, it's definitely safer if you can hear things coming up behind you or next to you or something like that. Yeah.
And on iPad, I use the most useful program for me. It is Good Reader. Good Reader. It is for reading, mostly PDF files.
Mm-hmm.
And also I use a dictionary. It is a dictionary which produced by Russian, I think, company,
Mm-hmm.
Lingvo, but it is a very rich and convenient dictionary. And when I'm reading, for example, something in that program, in previous program in Goodreader, I can mark it, uh,
Oh,
and when I copy a mark or marked it, I
yeah.
can move to the dictionary and I can create the flashcard. And
Oh,
it
cool.
is very convenient to mm, for full my vocabulary,
Yeah.
improve my vocabulary, because I can use flashcards after that. Yes,
Mm.
good reader,
Is
this
that's the one
program.
you're talking about? Okay, yeah.
Yes, yes, this program very. I like this program
Mm-hmm.
very much.
Mm.
And feature of this program to copy and to paste it in the dictionary, very convenient for me. And
Wow.
next
Cool.
program which I use is for watching a video. For watching video,
Mm-hmm.
it is AV player, AV player HD,
Uh-huh.
AV player HD.
Oh, HD. Okay. This one or the
Yes,
HD?
yes, yes,
Yeah.
this one, yes. It
Okay.
is also a good program because they use video from all formats,
Oh.
less restriction than in standard which Apple
Uh-huh.
offers usually. And
Oh.
it is more convenient. I don't need to use Apple Away for putting a video to my device, because it is much more convenient. It's just like in Windows system. I can just drag my mouse video from my computer to
Uh-huh.
this program, and after that it's possible to watch video here.
Oh,
And
okay.
when I getting try I would say, when I bored after
Mm-hmm. When you get
reading.
bored. Yeah, if you
Yes,
get bored.
I can change my way for studying to looking video, looking movies.
Mm.
Yes, when I get bored. Yet it is very important to keep interests,
Yes,
motivation in studying.
sure.
When we are losing our interest, it it became uh,
Tedious. It becomes
yes,
tedious.
like job.
Yeah, it becomes like work. Exactly. So what type do you like to read about or watch in English? Perhaps
uh,
with the English.
I for, I had a subscription, and I have subscription. I
Mhm.
use applet from Washington Post and New York
Oh,
Times.
okay.
Um, and it is convenient to read articles there. For example, when I have a Wi-Fi connection, I
Yeah.
can download every use paper,
Mm-hmm.
and when I offline, I can read it. It is convenient, but last time, maybe because I previous mentioned that I get bored. I got bored
Yes.
of
Yeah.
these applets. I got bored of these applets.
Yeah.
I use a very useful feature in Safari, in browser Safari. In I'm trying to translate it to English. It
Oh.
is reading list for reading later. It is very convenient. We have options
Oh, okay. Yeah.
to
Yeah.
put
Okay.
to favorites and
Yeah.
for reading later.
Or
For
read
reading
later.
later, it
Yeah.
is very convenient feature because we can read it offline after we offline after we don't have Wi-Fi connection, for
Uh-huh.
example.
Yeah.
We have option to read it.
So where is that option when you have that?
Uh,
That's on
in,
Safari.
in Safari, it is I can share you because we have so wonderful future as Google Plus Hangout.
Yes.
1 second, you can
Okay.
see my screen.
Yeah.
This is this option. Oh, no, this is this option. And
Oh, okay. Okay.
it is favorites,
Uh-huh.
and this is for reading offline.
Oh, okay. So it'll just
After that, this page here you
mhm.
can see.
Okay.
For example, this page which I saved
Yeah.
now, and before that I saved. I think today in the morning,
Mhm.
somebody shared this uh,
Yeah.
on Facebook,
Right.
and this article learn English with songs
Uh-huh.
about
Cool.
CIA, Starbucks, also
Oh, wow.
about Australia underground town, about mushrooms,
Mushrooms. Oh, yeah.
etc.,
So you
etc.
have a lot of different things that you're interested in reading about.
Yes.
Cool. Well, remind me, what do you do for work? I can't remember what you do.
I'm accountant.
Okay. So do you read much in English related to that, or more specifically just interesting things to you?
No, I don't use English in my job,
Mm,
but I also notice that it is a trend for my colleagues, not only one, only one me is interested in studying English.
mm.
It's also trend.
Oh.
Maybe because people now have opportunity to travel more,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, for my job, I don't use English, and for reading text specifically about accounting,
Yeah.
I don't need it.
Oh, okay.
I received a few years ago. I passed exam
Uh-huh.
for about international accounting.
Oh,
Uh,
wow. Okay.
but it was exam in Russian language. It
Mm-hmm.
translated to Russian, and I also had opportunity to study in Coursera. For example, one course was started in the first days of September, just a month ago,
Oh.
and I enrolled it, but I know that it needs lots of time for studying there in Coursera,
Mm.
because we need to watch all video. After that, we need to communicate sometimes with people in the forum. because we need in limited time to make to decide to make some tasks
Yeah.
which is necessary if we are going to stay with that course. It was interesting just to watch only introduction, but after that I had a choice. If I could continue studying there, I need to break, for example, Verblen, or maybe I wouldn't have time for walking, for relaxing in the weekends.
Yeah.
Well,
Too much going on.
Yes,
Yeah.
and because I don't need it for my job, I almost didn't participate, didn't attend that course, just as introduction. But sometimes articles about economics are interesting for me, not specifically about accounting, about economics, about currency, about global economics. And when we are talking here in Verblen about something which I didn't know, for example, somebody, mostly teacher, mentioned some interesting person from their country, and sometimes I found in that times during the class found some information from Wikipedia or from other resources about that, and after that I convert it to PDF format, and next step using Google Reader
Yeah.
and dictionary. Sometimes I don't need dictionary for just reading. For example, maybe I told you, maybe not, I read 2 books in English. It is My Life, biography of Bill Clinton.
Oh.
This book consists of, I think, 1,500 pages.
Wow.
I read it more than a year, and but I didn't use almost always dictionary
Wow.
because Bill Clinton, especially when he wrote about young his childhood or during he was teenager or student, he used in that book simple language enough, and except maybe special articles, I don't need a dictionary for understanding article, and I feel comfortable reading without dictionary. But other way, when I decided that I need to improve my vocabulary, I used a way which I mentioned before, with PDF, with dictionary, with Google Reader. I have 2 options for reading, and it depends on my mood which way I am using. For now, sometimes it's more better for me just read, and I understand meaning. It is enough.
In the context.
Yes,
Yeah.
but sometimes I prefer to make some improving in dictionary. But I have also exception for very difficult language like Steinbeck for classics writers. And I don't feel comfortable when I'm reading a very big novel with a very difficult language. But newspapers, modern newspapers and magazines, they usually use simple language.
Yeah. Well, the New York Times is, that uses a pretty high level of vocabulary, but it's kind of straightforward. It's pretty, it's nonfiction, but the fiction, like you're saying, can get kind of difficult to read because they're describing scenes or emotions and things like this, and they're using words that aren't commonly used, so
Yes, yes.
yeah, even a native, even a native English speaker often doesn't know a lot of words used in that type of literature, so
Yes.
different
Also,
language.
good way to uh, hear to listen to music.
Mm.
Also, good way for studying, and I can share about Beatles across
Mm.
the university. Maybe I mentioned in your class.
No,
Yes, I
I
think. Yeah.
haven't. I
No.
haven't heard. No, I don't remember
Uh,
about the
it,
movie.
yes, it
Uh-huh.
is a movie which includes songs of Beatles.
Yeah.
I think I shared with you my list of uh, movies.
Mhm.
Now here list, and these movies include also this movie. This list include movie
Mhm.
across the university.
Mm.
It is an example when Beatles sang, uh, they fulfill movie, and rhythm of song also depends of mood, uh, could help
Mhm.
keep in mind, keep to understand music of intonation,
Mhm.
etc.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Did you grow up liking the Beatles music?
Uh, yes, Beatles song very similar. They much similar than most than average level
Uh-huh.
for understanding songs.
Yeah.
For example, I participated in this weekend. It was on Sunday in the
Mm.
evening
Yeah.
in Second Life class, and uh, teacher gave us uh, possibility. It was a task to listen song and to uh, explain what everybody understood.
Mm.
And almost nobody could understand texts
Mhm.
of this song. I'm trying to find it. Maybe it is not easy to find it quickly. Yes, and it is example as modern songs.
Mhm.
Most songs include very difficult slang vocabulary, very
Yeah.
difficult. Yes, and
Well,
grammar
yeah, sometimes
also.
it's yeah, sometimes it's slang, but sometimes it's not even slang. It's just the way the words have started to be used. Like people kind of make something up and they start using normal, words that mean other things in a different way. So it kind of like the double entendres and different meanings of different words depending on how you use them. Yeah. Did you find the link? Were you going to show me?
Shania Twain. No one's need
Shine a Twain?
to. Yes, yes. I'm looking now in my uh, iPhone
Shania
because it's
Twain.
here.
Okay.
Uh, 1 second. Maybe Shania Twain.
Shania. Yeah. Do you remember the name of the song?
Shania, yes. No one needs to know, I think.
Oh,
No
okay.
one needs to know. Yes, I found it.
Yeah.
This song. 1 second.
Let me see what.
By the way, YouTube app
Okay.
for watching together.
Okay.
Have you tried to use it in the class? No?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
Uh,
Where is it? Do-
1 second here. YouTube. Okay. And putting it to the playlist. We found it is very difficult to understand.
Yeah.
we, I think maybe there were uh, almost 10 students,
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
and we can cope, but not for everyone words.
Ah.
Together. One person could understand one word, next, second, etc.
Am I?
Uh-huh.
Did you go through it with somebody to understand the words? Yeah.
Yes. It
The
is
list.
a very bright example how difficult it could be to
Yeah.
understand. For example, songs of Beatles,
Uh-huh.
we can understand much easier.
Much.
Yes.
Yeah. It's easier. Yeah. I'm trying to see because I don't know this song. Sounds kind of nice though. Cupid, but no one's right now.
Am
Okay.
I
Yeah.
dreaming or stupid? But no one needs to know.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking I should do some more songs for some of the classes. Um, I'm always interested to see what kind of music people do like. Did you like the song? Had you heard it before, or was it totally new to you?
For me, it was new, and
Mm.
I had opportunity in the past study with a teacher who is actress here in
Mm.
Moscow. It is not online
Mm-hmm.
studying,
Yeah.
and her second job, or maybe first job, she is actress, and she also gave classes in English. And
Mm.
we sang in her class several songs. And
Yeah.
I remember when when I'm listening in radio song which I familiar with, I it is very uh, it gives me new emotions,
Mm.
a new motivation for
Yeah.
studying English, and it is difficult to find new song because I mean we have our own preferences here,
Style.
uh,
Yeah, sure.
style, and from the classes. Mostly, sometimes I remember also when I studied in the Second Life,
Mm-hmm.
we studied some songs children. It
Mm.
was also interesting adult students, but we enjoyed to study children's song
Yeah.
because it is a part of American culture in that case.
Sure.
and all Americans know this song, these motifs, but we
That's true.
also have opportunity to know it. It's amazing.
Yeah, 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 definitely. Yeah, that's the thing that's interesting is just the language, but then the culture is so wrapped up with the language too. And so even sometimes when you know a lot of English, let's say, but you don't know some of the things that like every American knows, for example, it's kind of you don't feel as close, I think, maybe to the language. But when you start to learn some things that are very common culturally, then it's like you get more to be like an insider, like part of that culture as well. So,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
not just the words, the vocabulary words, but yeah, the experience that, somebody growing up. Just like if I were to learn Russian, I could learn a lot of vocabulary words and say a lot of things, but if you showed me some things that you learned when you were a kid, something every Russian knows about, then I would feel more like, oh, I'm really getting into the language and the culture. Yeah.
Yes, yes. By the way, this is Google Docs about the class which I mentioned
Oh,
about.
okay. Cool.
You can see here I'm Anatoly Lerner, my
Uh-huh.
nickname. Here, teacher, Pink Samurai, and here is the task. I
Oh.
got my hurt. We needed to guess what
Mm.
said hurt, said
Mm-hmm.
my feet wet, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and etc.
Yeah, this is the other thing about you know the songs that can be frustrating for like an English learner who's trying to be really grammatically correct or something is sometimes in music because we want to make something rhyme or sound better, we don't always have correct grammar. So
Yes,
this
yes.
part here, and he don't even know it yet. That's
Yes, yes,
right.
yes. We
Yeah.
discussed it. He doesn't even know.
Exactly. So it's good because it helps to have a flexible mind too, and not think, well, it has to be right. It has to be this way because in reality, it's not. People, they're creative. They use the language for their own purposes, not to be correct all the time. So,
Yeah.
and it's acceptable. I mean, it works. It's fine. Yeah. So cool. Well, cool. I'm glad we had this time together, Anatoly. It was really fun talking to you and talking
Thank
about
you.
some different things. And thanks for sharing all of that stuff that you've been doing. It's fun to see how each student takes charge of their own language learning. And you're doing so many cool things. So it's no wonder you're doing so well.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you very much,
All
Lisa.
right. Okay. Take care.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.